I asked you guys to send me your dumbest create mod ideas, and I got tons of great suggestions. I read through every single one, picked out some of my favorites, and now I'm gonna build them. Make a house that moves the door away from you when you go near it. I'd like to introduce you all to the world's first introverted house. And when I say that, I don't mean the house is for introverted people, I actually mean the house itself is an introvert. The only thing is, you'll notice I can get really close to this. I can actually get right up on it, and the house doesn't turn away. So I took a little bit of creative freedom to make this even dumber and more frustrating. And you know what, I'll just show you guys inside. So as you can see, the house does not turn when you walk up to it. It lets you get all the way to opening the front door, and then it turns away from you and closes the door again. Make an iron farm that builds iron golems to harvest for poppies. Well, here it is, what should be an iron farm, but is actually just a poppy farm. And if you can believe it, this whole thing took me over an hour to make, which is arguably the dumbest part of the entire build. You want to see how vanilla intended for there to be a poppy farm? Right here. Boom. Instead, I have this monstrosity here. So you've got this whole back part, which is the iron factory portion of it, and that's outputting iron blocks right here and right there, which are gonna finally be used to build the iron golem. And then once the iron golem is killed by the lava, the poppies and iron should be carried out into here and split, and the poppies will stay right here on this depot, and the iron is recycled back into those chutes right there, used to make more iron blocks to make more iron golems. There we go, iron golem. And the iron and poppy should end right here. Okay, well the iron got recycled, but it would appear we didn't get a poppy. Man, that's just, if that doesn't describe the build in general, then I don't know what does. Put a seat on the end of a 500 block long pole, attach the other end to a mechanical bearing, and then turn it on with a remote. So here I have the turning mechanism, which is actually very simple, and it's hooked up to this linked controller, so I can go all the way down this pole here, sit on the seat at the end, and I actually haven't tested this one out yet, so I have a feeling it's going to be very stupid. Okay, here's the seat. I don't know if this is gonna make me like motion sick or not, but I guess we'll find out. I just press this button here. Please don't crash the game. Okay, oh my gosh. This one may take the cake for being the dumbest build. Can you guys guess how fast that central part is spinning? Does everyone have their guesses in on how fast it was going? 16 RPM. I don't even want to know what would happen if this got cranked all the way up. Oh, oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna have like a stroke. Make a mob farm using a train to kill the mobs. As you can see here, I have an extremely complicated train that I've taken hours to construct, and then I also have the new mob farm tech, and unfortunately, it looks like it's reached the capacity. It's starting to kill these off due to mob collision, so it's time, I guess, to hop on the train and put the mob farm to work. Well, just for good measure, I'm just gonna get a little bit of momentum cooking here. Here we go. Oh yeah, oh, I'm feeling it. There we go. And then we'll just zoom right back through. Oh, and get this guy, these new guys. Oh, there we go. See, and the best part about this is technically you could automate this, but who doesn't want to sit on a train and run over things? Obviously only bad things, right? We would never do that to not bad things like our friends, like Shal's. I'm definitely not running him over. New video idea? An elevator that instead of going up and down, it goes right and left. Okay, here is another house. I have to keep building houses because you guys always ask for these different elevators and things, but here is my house, and it may not be tall, but what it lacks in tallness, it makes up for in longness. So if we go inside, it's, it's nice and quaint in here, right? I got most of the stuff that I could need, but I'm missing a couple things in here. So let's say like, oh man, I don't have any coal on me and I really want to smelt stuff down. I think I'll just head over to this room over here. Oh no, I don't have anything in those chests though, so I guess I gotta head back. And there actually is another room over here. It's not anything new now, but there is another room over here that I can go to as well. Unfortunately, the dumb part comes in the minute you open the door and take a look at how the house looks when you view it from the outside, which it's a little bit exposed to the elements. Definitely don't build this in a place where it rains a lot. A spinning wheel that blows air. Isn't that just a fan? Because I'm a man of science, as you can tell by the fact that I'm wearing goggles, I'm going to thoroughly investigate this. Yes, it does, in fact, appear to be spinning. Yes, okay, check on that. And it also appears to be blowing air. Expanding house. Okay, you guys really got to stop having me build so many houses because my creative skills are not getting any better. But here I have my expanding house and it looks just like a regular house, except it's got this button right here, the expanding house button. Oh, does your house not have an expanding house button? Oh, you must have not gotten the newest model or something. Okay, I don't actually know if this works, so I'm really hoping this does. But if I push this expanding house button, the house expands. Oh my gosh, look at how much more room I have over here for activities. But I think I need a little bit more though. So let's just, oh, there we go. Yeah, of course, this is sufficient here, unless, so this is actually really cool. The only thing that makes it dumb is, yet again, if I leave the house, this is what it looks like. And what's even worse is you may have noticed there is no shrink house button because this can't get rid of it. So all it can do is continue making your house more lopsided until it just looks so stupid you move out. A difficult mini game that automatically becomes super easy when the player sits in a dedicated gaming chair. Well, here's my mini game. It's called, oh my God, Shoots and Items. It's called Shoots and Items. That's it. So the objective of Shoots and Items, if you couldn't already tell, is you sit in one of these 4 chairs and then you shoot an item into the chute. And if the item goes in the chute, you win. If it doesn't, you lose. So you just hop right up here on one of these chairs. And yes, this is in fact a chair. You just line it up perfectly. Oh, this one's going to be going right in. And then you shoot. Oh no. Let's just give it another try. Just one more. It's a skill issue. Okay, well, it appears I've lost. And that would happen if I was sitting in this chair, or that chair. Thankfully, though, there is a 4th option, the certified gaming chair. And you can tell because it does, in fact, have an LED on the back that lights up when you use it, as all gaming equipment does, and line up the absolutely perfect shot. Oh my gosh, I won the game. So I'm sure the particle effects kind of give this away for basically everybody, but if you can't tell, the way the game works is if you're in any of the regular chairs, there's just a regular encased fan below this blowing air up through the chute, which makes it literally impossible for items to go in and stay in the chute. But if you're in the certified gaming chair with the LEDs, which is actually a redstone link if you guys couldn't tell, that redstone signal when you're sitting on there is going to make the fan reverse rotation and suck air in, which then pulls all the items in, not only making it possible to win the game, it's actually extremely easy. And if you're wondering why I'm playing games alone instead of with one of my obviously many friends, I actually did send out some messages to them. I'm sure they're coming, but I'm still just kind of waiting on some replies. So yeah, make a door that says secret base, but when you open it, it calls you dumb. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a little bit difficult to spot, but right in front of me is my secret base. So if I come up here and I go to open the door, you're dumb, like this build. What? Oh my God, that was actually so good. So I love this build, and I did take a little bit of creative freedom with making it even dumber than the comment asked for, because while the sign in there is nice and calling people dumb is really fun, I figured we could go a little bit bigger with it, a little bit dumber. I will say this whole thing took me like at least an hour to get the timing right for everything, because apparently it is extremely time sensitive all the way down to specific tick values to get everything working properly. But I think it was worth it because it's kind of like adding insult to injury. Or I guess in this case, it's like adding injury to insult. A crazy torture device for villagers. Okay, I don't know what it is with you guys and what problems you have that you're always asking for villager torture devices, but here it is, a very simple and entertaining villager torture device. And if you're wondering where the villager is, I'll just come up here and push this button and there we go. The device is now active. No, that was actually a pretty good evil laugh. We'll give it a second round. Get it right in the background here. No. Now, I think this whole setup is relatively self-explanatory and pretty visual, but in case we need an explanation, you got a bunch of zombies which are scaring a villager, and the villager is running away on belts that are initially spinning slow enough that the villager is able to run to the other side. But right when the villager gets to the other side, they trigger a tripwire, which for a couple seconds speeds up the belt system to where the villager gets pushed back towards the zombies, and right before they get back, it slows down just enough for them to run forward again. I feel like this is like a scene from The Purge where the rich people are just like laughing at someone that's about to die. We must get the butler to fetch us another one once this one dies. Was that a good rich person voice? Is that how rich people sound?